Hi guys, this is Miss Welshons, your social studies teacher, here to kind of give you some tips and tricks on being successful your freshman year. First thing we're going to talk about is using your time wisely. You should be doing work at home. You should be doing work at school. You should be doing work in your study hall. You should be doing work if you need to during your lunch block, if you need to download things. Use your time wisely and pace yourself. In order to be successful this year, you're going to really need to use your time. So think about and make a list of your to-dos or create a calendar, and you can do that using the checklist. Always check your checklist. All of your teachers at this point should have a checklist or a calendar, some form of a checklist that you should be able to use. Use those checklists, read them, make a list of to-dos for each day, create a calendar system, know when they're due. Always, always, always check them. Also be consistent about checking your grades. You can check them on PowerSchool. If your teacher is using PowerSchool, you can check them on Schoology if your teacher is using Schoology and PowerSchool. Check your calendars. Check everything on Schoology. Always, always, always be on top of it. The way to be successful your freshman year is to be organized.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Laz. I teach computer art graphics at the high school, and I'm here to talk to you about why it's important for your elective classes if you want to be able to graduate. Even if you're just getting a standard diploma, about 2/3 of your diploma are those core classes, but you'll see that the last third are your elective classes. What that means is that this isn't the middle school anymore. Your elective classes matter for your overall GPA and for your diploma. If you don't pass one or you don't put in the effort to do the work now, you will fail that elective and then have to retake it. So if you want to be able to take PE 10 and driver's ed on time, you have to pass PE 9. If you fail PE 9 as a freshman, you have to retake it, and that delays you from being able to take PE 10 or driver's ed or even get your diploma. If you want to be able to have a reduced schedule as a senior, like late arrival or early release, you need to pass your electives as an underclassman. So that means taking a lot of electives your freshman and sophomore year, so that way by your senior year, you've accomplished those electives and you don't have to be at school from 8 to 3 every day. If you don't pass those classes now, you have to take them when you're a senior. We know that your core classes give you a lot of work. We try really hard to not give you quite as much as they do, but that means that when we are giving you work, it's really important for you to actually do it at home. The excuse that you didn't have enough time because you were doing your math homework doesn't work. It still counts as late grade or an incomplete for our elective classes. We want to see that you're attempting the work and showing us some effort, because the biggest thing and the most important thing for electives and really all of your classes is to be doing your work. You need to do all the work we assign, and you need to turn it in on time. So make sure you're using your time well when you're at home, in study hall, during lunch, to get all of that work done. So that way you can turn it in and pass your elective classes and be able to graduate high school on time.
This is Mr. Domrose, and this is me being rather prepared for the year 2020. But as you may know, things don't always go as planned. Last year, we had students for about 4 hours a week. This year, however, we only have students for about 1.5 hours a week. So, as you might imagine, we need you to do some more independent work. But that work still needs to be done on time. So, you need to develop a plan. And I know a big part of that plan is internet, and for some of you, that could be a problem. If internet at home is a problem, try to do your internet-based assignments at school. Also, use your thumb drive to download online assignments so they can be done later at home. And if that doesn't work, you can still talk to your teachers and we'll try to find a workaround. Because after all, nobody wants to be that guy. Have a great year.
Hello, everybody. This is Miss Moody, and I am some of your 9th grade English teacher or your theater teacher. So I am here to talk about a few things in Schoology so that you make sure to stay on top of your work, get all of your assignments done, and just a few helpful tips for you. So I have here on my Schoology page all of my classes. I'll go ahead and open one of my classes. And here's where you'll find upcoming assignments, updates, announcements, the calendar, all the things that you need. So whether you're at school or you're at home, you are responsible for keeping track of what's coming up, what's due, and making sure to contact your teachers if you have any questions or concerns about an assignment. So my classes are all divided with folders showing the content by folder, by quarter, and then within each quarter in 2-week folders. So I'll go ahead and open up one that's coming up October 5th through 16th. So when you're in here, you will see all the content for those 2 weeks. So remember, it is your responsibility to check these things when you're at home. If you miss a day of school on your virtual days, you need to be checking your assignments. And I'm actually going to go back for a second and show the checklist for the 2 weeks that we're currently in. So the checklist will show you everything that's due and the date it is due. So even if you don't see an assignment in PowerSchool should not be your calendar. This checklist is basically your calendar for every 2 weeks of content. The next thing I'd like to talk about is making sure that you are fully following directions for each assignment. So I'll go back here. So here is an assignment that we have coming up in my 9th grade English classes. This is a reading and a writing assignment. So in this case, you would need to be very careful to read what you are responsible for reading in order to know how to write about it. And then you've got broken down into 2 different paragraphs exactly what you need to write. So in any of your classes, your teachers will give very specific directions on how you're supposed to complete assignments, but you are responsible for being sure that you're completing each part of each assignment. And again, I'll emphasize it again, if you have a question, please contact your teachers. So thank you very much. I'm Miss Moody. Have a great day.
Hey guys, this is Ms. Hirsch, one of your World History 1 teachers. Some of the tips for 9th graders is to get in there and play with the apps and technology. Because of the hybrid model, you have a lot of new apps and technology coming your way. And some teachers have made flip videos or put up directive videos to show you how to use the tools. But the best teacher is experience. So getting in there and playing with the apps and pressing the buttons and moving your cursor around to see what does what is probably the best way to learn all the new technology that's coming your way. Correctness versus completion. Some assignments that you are given from your teachers will be graded on completion and others will be graded on correctness if it's right or wrong. However, the best way to ensure success is to approach every single assignment like it's going to be graded right or wrong. You always want to make sure you're doing your best work and putting your best foot forward. Keeping up to date with work is very important. You don't want to dig a hole that you can't get out of. A lot of times if you fall behind on work, it takes a lot of effort to get caught up. So it's very important that you're watching your grades weekly, which teachers will be maintaining, and that you're keeping up with assignments. If you don't know what to do, make sure you're asking for help. And if you don't know how to complete an assignment, make sure you're asking for clarification. We just want you guys to be successful, and we're always, always here to help.